Hello. I should be live. I need to set up a few things because it hasn't worked properly. So give me a second. I need to share on my pages and things, but I just need to sort out the title of the stream, and I need to just make sure everything's running smoothly, because this is a bit of a nightmare, I think. Let's see if I can just copy and paste this. If you're here, hello, welcome. Hope you're all doing very well indeed. We are sorted, I think. Everything should be changed. We are live. I just need to share it out on my pages and then we're good to go. Just give me a wee second. Sweet. I'm just going to share this on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. and then we'll be good to go. We're just going to have a look at the teams before the game starts, and then we will be able to get stuck in to the football, which is starting very, 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 very soon. Hello. Sam, hello. Hope you had a good birthday yesterday. I hope you can hear me okay and everything. Adam asks, what are my score predictions? I honestly wouldn't surprise us if it was 0-0. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Officially, I'm going to say 1-0 Chelsea. That's my official prediction. That's my prediction. How's the sound and everything? Is that all good on that end? How's everything sounding? How's everything looking? Let me know. It's hard for me. I can't tell. So, yeah, all good. Sweet. Happy days. I'm just sharing this out on the old Twitter sphere and Facebook. But I hope you're all having a good week. Hope you're all keeping well. I've been really looking forward to this. It should be a really good game. Hopefully. It will be enjoyable if this was a good game. Sorry, I know I'm a bit distracted. I'm just trying to get everything sorted, get all the things out, all that kind of stuff. Just one of those things. It's a nightmare. Sam, you're a legend, pal. I appreciate you. Karthik, good evening, sir. I hope you're well. Sam, you're a legend. You didn't have to go and share it on Facebook, but the support's greatly appreciated. I really appreciate that. And you know what? Before I share on Facebook, let's have a look at tonight's teams. So we have Chelsea have Mendy and nets, a back three or back five, depends how you look at it, of Rudiger, Zuma, Azpilicueta, Marcus Alonso on left wing back, Reece James on right wing back. So no place tonight for Ben Chilwell. We have Kante and Kovacic holding the fort in central defensive midfield. And then we've got a front three-ish of Havertz, Ziyech and Timo Werner. And in the Atletico side, Oblak in nets, Trippier at right back, who didn't play the last game. I think he was injured or suspended, one of the two. Stefan Savic, Jimenez, and Lodi make up back four. They have Llorente on the right, Koke and Saul in the middle, and Yannick Carrasco on the left. And then up front, we have João Felix and Luis Suarez. Very interesting lineups. A 4-4-2 there from Atletico Madrid. What's that, like a 5-5-2-3 or a 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, something like that. Karthik asks, do I think Chelsea are going to go through? I do. I think, by the way, first off, my hair. I have to apologise for the state of my hair. It is so long. For those who Sam and Adam, you know how long this is. This is a ridiculous length for me. I think Chelsea will go through. I think they might win 1-0. Atletico are definitely, yes, 100% going to park the bus. I think that's what we're looking at from an Atletico perspective. But yes, it's hard to. It is hard to know. Do you know? Like, I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. I just need to share this on Facebook, and then we'll be good to go. All the announcements will be done. Thank you so much for chilling and hanging with me. I really appreciate you all coming down. Like Karthik, it's not even that this is a hair day. This is like a hair month. Like, this is bad hair month for me. It's so bad. Sam, you're so right. Oh, here's a question. Would you guys rather if I highlight individual messages, or would you prefer it if I had the chat on the side? What do you think? Thoughts for those in the chat? Would you like the chat going on the side and then everybody can see the chat, or do you like it when I highlight messages and give your wee moment in the spotlight? Wow, Karthik, you know the way to my heart. You really do. Thoughts though? Do we want chat going live here? Do we want me to highlight individual messages? What are your thoughts? Let me know. I think with chat overlay, I may be able to still put up graphics, so I can still do this. That's a shameless plug. Can I do both? That's a great question. I can do both. So I'll leave it like that. I think maybe. It's just we just love the professionalism. We love the professionalism because I can do both. So it's like I don't know what works best, and obviously I'm completely new to this, so I'm just. I think this is so much better than just a webcam. I think it's so much better than just a webcam, and I think it gives me a really good opportunity to like interact with people better and things. Yeah, well, I appreciate both your feedback because it helps me out to know like what to do. I'm just sharing this on Facebook, and the game's about to kick off here in a minute. The teams are just lining up and getting ready to go. Come join and check out the new layout. Post to Facebook. Amazing. If you haven't already, give the stream a very sexy like. And if you're not already subscribed, then what are you doing in your life? Hit the subscribe button. Join me. And we will be soon good to go. I think this is going to be obviously a low scoring game, right? Unless Atletico somehow decide they're going to score many goals. But yeah. Let me just see. Tell me this, Joe. Anything you would change with the lineups tonight? Anything surprised you? I am a really big fan of Ben Chilwell, and I never understand why Tuchel continuously leaves him out of the team. It's just a bit weird. Like, it's weird for me that he's being left out. The Atletico Madrid team is as expected, really. No shocks there, in my opinion. I do think it's when Tuchel came in, he's made it quite clear that he likes Azpilicueta and Alonso, right? So that's not really a surprise. But I think I think Chilwell is better um, than Alonso, and like that's just my opinion. Um, but I think it does surprise me um, whenever he's left out of the team. But I think apart from that, I think I'm surprised by Chelsea's formation. And we're underway. We're underway. We've just started. Game has kicked off. Um, I think the formation of Chelsea was a surprise to me. Um, I think that um, I think I was expecting a different. Like I think Havertz starting is a surprise to me, just because Havertz hasn't been great. Um, Chelsea have. I think it's good to see that Ziyech has started. I quite like Ziyech. I think he deserves a bit of time to show what he can do. As for Atletico Madrid, Sam, will be honest with you, I don't know an awful lot about that team to be able to give a fair um, like opinion on their team. I think João Felix is doing quite well at Atletico Madrid, but that's like I'm not 100% sure about that. Early attack here, early break for Atletico. Trippier puts the ball in the box, and there was a blocked shot. That's probably technically your first shot of the game. Ball's back in the box. Chelsea to get that away. Chelsea get that away, no problem. Clear that long, and Werner's chasing after it. And Werner's won the ball up the other end of the pitch. And Werner's got past his man, and he's running to the box, and there's no support for him, and the ball's out for a corner. Oh, it's not out for a corner. I lied. It's offside. That's a pretty explosive first 90 seconds. Ziyech cutting in on his left is the best way to use him, I feel. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that ball was out, so it's not offside. Silly me, it's not offside. It's um, the ball went out. Um, yes, there we go. Sam, you're here a lot, so I'm gonna make you a mod for the channel. Welcome. You're a regular. I appreciate you being here, and why not be responsible for a lot of people? Um, very quick 2 minutes, a very open 2 minutes, which obviously everybody's surprised at because we thought this was going to be a Simeone masterclass. Um, but Atletico showing some attacking intent. João Felix plays at the edge of the box, and Suarez gives the ball away. So I don't know how far behind or ahead I am of people, but I'm only getting the third minute of the game, so um, that's where I'm at. This has been a really great start from Atletico Madrid. They're clearly going for it, which is probably the right thing to do. Oh, shot! Oh, saved. Easy save from Mendy. No bother. No problem from Mendy. Yes, Sam, I should do radio commentary. Get me on BBC Radio Ulster and I'll do the Glens games, do you know what I mean? Or maybe I shouldn't do them because I'd be biased. I'm about a minute behind. No spoilers, please, in the chat. Obviously, we don't want any spoilers going on with the the game. That's okay. It's probably a latency thing as well because, well, first off, this is Chrome. I'm getting this Chromecasted first of all, and then the stream that you're watching on YouTube is about maybe 5 to 10 seconds behind what I'm actually saying. Chelsea press forward, can't turn the ball. Reece James out in the right, crosses the ball into the box, and it's comfortable. Can't even beat the first man. Despicable. Chelsea are living dangerously playing at the back. Karthik. Both teams are going for it. Both teams are going for it. It's been a good opening 5 minutes. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the last time you did a Chelsea stream a couple of weeks ago. I mean, let me just say, probably none of you are thinking this. You had your student Fanta. the student Fanta's back, guys. You love to see it. It's a sparkling. It's a Soda Stream bottle, not sponsored, and diluted orange juice. You love to see it. You really do. Cheers. Let's hope this game goes extra time and we get a bit longer on the watch hours. You know what I mean? Got that YouTuber mentality. Corner for Chelsea. Reece James to head it in. If he doesn't beat the first man, I'll punch my screen. Maybe. Oh my god. Well, he did beat the first man technically, but it was nowhere near a Chelsea player. Kante, lovely ball. Kovacic back to Mason. No, Mason Mount. Oh, Mason Mount isn't playing. Is Mason Mount injured? What's that about? Can somebody explain to me why Mason Mount isn't playing? Chelsea now playing it out the back. As Karthik said, they're living dangerously, very dangerously indeed. They're looking for a slap, and they're playing out the back. Adam McCartney providing the vital information. He is suspended. Thank you, Adam. You know more than I do. Yes, that's cool. Guys, if you haven't already, give the stream a cheeky thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Tell your friends if you want. Tell your friends if you want. Let them know what's going on. If they're into their football and they like a bit of chat about football and they have questions or whatever, let them know. I'm here for the whole game, and even if this goes extra time, I'll still be here. And if you have any questions for me, fire them in the chat. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat about football. Chelsea playing sort of on the edge of the Atletico Madrid box. Reece James back to Kovacic. Ziyech turns inside, plays a cheeky ball up the line to Reece James, who fouls. That's just a nothing foul. Like, that's awful. And it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid outside their box. A decent opening 7 minutes. You can see there's going to be a tactical one. That is all the admin done. Sorry, I had to do one last bit of admin. But now we can relax and enjoy. Obviously, last night, City went through, which wasn't a surprise. And Real Madrid went through. So we're looking at a really strong quarterfinal lineup. Oh, Kante. Oh, that's a poor touch. He's at the edge of the box. Kante never shoots. He never shoots. Why am I surprised? Because he never shoots. Very annoying. Sorry, yes. We have had... So the 6 teams that are through are Dortmund, Liverpool, Porto, PSG, Man City, and Real Madrid. And then one of Chelsea or Atletico, and then probably Bayern Munich. Although, a shock could happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Bayern Munich. We're looking at a really, a potentially extremely strong quarterfinal lineup, which will be interesting. Chelsea making me feel nervous passing in the box. Yeah, it's not great. I need to highlight this, Sam, for A, how bad it is, but B, how good it is. Kante never shoots because he can't shoot. Yeah, you should be disappointed with yourself. Flip's sake, it was not your birthday yesterday and you're still acting like a child. What's that about? That's apology accepted. Just about. State of my hair. Yes. Chelsea are playing a lot of football at the back, aren't they? It really is. Sam Karthik approves. I personally feel a bit in pain after that joke, but I mean, it's better than anything I've said so far in the first 22 minutes. So I'll give you it. Yeah, I don't know about this pass at the back stuff. I don't know about it. Cut it. I think cut it. Um, Athletic weren't playing the best football though either, so they're kind of getting away with it. Uh, yeah. Oh, what a ball that is through Alonso. Wow. Alonso passes out the back. Just and Karthik let me know beforehand that he was crap, and it's true. Um, I don't understand why Alonso plays over Ben Chilwell. It makes no sense to me at all. Um, Chelsea have enjoyed most of the ball so far. Oh, the passing, man. Oh, if you're going to play a passing game, play the passing well. Do good passing. Oh, it's just grim. It is grim. Um, it's like, well, I don't know why they're doing it. That's why he is. I saw that before. Yeah, well, you didn't have to have seen that before to know that he wasn't great, to be fair. So, uh, you know, it is what it is. Um, Atletico are happy. Um, Atletico are happy to let Chelsea have the ball. So, does that mean we're looking at a Chelsea or Atletico are trying to get Chelsea in the counter? That's basically what I think the game plan is here from Atletico. Athletic, obviously, a 1-0 Atletico would go to extra. The game would go to extra time. Um, but it's just hard to know what they're going to do. Alonso is a killer name than Chilwell. That's about all he got. Yeah, fair. They normally do the passing well. Chelsea just the final third penetration they were bad at. Yeah, and they still haven't been great at it either because obviously Werner hasn't played in the same way that they wanted him to, and Havertz has struggled, and Ziyech was injured. So like their three main signings haven't done much for them. But it's a good run from Rudiger. That Alonso out on the left, back to Werner. I feel for Werner personally. Like I feel like he's a good player. Uh, Pablo Escobar on weight. Wow. Oh, and Savage just kicks the ball out there. Yeah, so Athletic were clearly, very, very clearly going for a sit back and counter approach. I don't know how they're going to get that because Chelsea have one extra player in mid, or no, do they have one extra player in midfield? I'm trying to think how you play the formation. Alonso struggling for a throw in. Yeah, the Werner debate. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the Werner debate. Karthik, Sam, whoever else is in chat, whoever's watching, also hello, hi. Um, Give a like to the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on Werner so far this season, / what your thoughts on Werner were even before this season. Yeah, Karthik, we were chatting about that. Were we chatting about that on Saturday night? About the Liverpool Atletico game? And you thought they might do the same thing. I think they could have up in the same thing as well. I worked for them last time, so I wouldn't work again. That is what I'm worried about. I always want the English sides to go through because it's the only like sort of interest that I have. Kind of excited about him playing and kind of let down. Yeah, he has been let down so far, but I don't see why he can't grow in. Like I don't see why he can't grow into it. Like I thought it was a great signing, and 50 million was it 50 million? Didn't seem like that much, especially when Newcastle played Joe paid 40 million for Joe Linton, 50 million for Timo Werner. A bit of a steal. Was it 50? Um, Werner was not used well by Frank and Tuchel. He's done okay. job with him, but Tuchel's done okay with him, but it's clear Timo needs to adapt much more. Yeah, that's true. And Adam, he's been all right, just overhyped. Yeah, I mean there is a big difference between the Premier League and the Bundesliga, obviously. Um, I am of the opinion that they don't know where his best position is, like just based on how things have been going. Oh, that's a lovely play there from Havertz. Alonso makes a lovely run. Maybe that's what Alonso brings. Alonso's not afraid to make a run, like in the middle. Like he's okay to leave his wing. Kovacic crosses the ball into the box, headed away by the Atletico backline. Llorente makes Karthik feel sick. Flashbacks to last year for Karthik. He still hasn't quite got over the he still hasn't got over that last year. That was like a year ago now. It was like the last Champions European game we played before COVID. He has just given away a corner though, so well, sorry, I say just about 30 seconds ago, we just gave away a corner. So what we're looking at now is a corner about to come in. And again, if it doesn't beat the first man, I'll punch something. Maybe the screen, I don't know. Beat the first man, and it's cleared away. Adrian also killed the Villa game, to be fair, Karthik, so it's not the first time he's killed a game. You know, he's known for killing games, Adrian. Your man Kelleher was doing okay. Leipzig would have some team if they'd kept their best. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they had signed StattoJoe, it would have been a better team. But they didn't come in the free agent market looking for me, so you know they've missed out there. But yeah, if people want a summary of how this game's gone so far, Chelsea have just been passing the ball in Atletico's half, trying to break Atletico down, and Atletico just allowing the pressure to come to them, and just clearing the ball. And it's actually been an attack versus defense simulator. They're already second in the Bundesliga, are they? Oh my! So Leipzig are above Borussia Dortmund. I didn't know that. I don't really follow the Bundesliga. I don't really follow. Like I feel like a fraud saying this. I don't really follow the other big European leagues. Like probably João Felix. Oh, good defender from Kante. João Felix just sort of ran there as if nobody was there. That was so weird. It's also really weird that Kieran Trippier plays for Atletico Madrid. I can never really get my head around that. Kelleher was injured, but he's doing well. He's doing well now. That's good. He's a wee Irish lad. He did well when he had to play those times. Yeah, Atletico's passing is poor. Both teams' passing hasn't been great so far. Although I think with Chelsea, whenever you're playing a load of passes, you're bound to make mistakes. Reece James storming up the right wing, cuts inside. Edge of the box, who Kante shoot. Back to Reece James, crosses it in. Oh, Werner took the ball away from. Oh my days, Werner stole the ball from Ziyech. Oh my goodness! If I'm Ziyech, I'd be absolutely fuming. Oh no way! Totally took the ball from him, and that should be a corner, right? No, is so. I'm almost annoyed at that. I mean, I don't care about either team to be fair, but I am kind of annoyed. Like if only it was as easy as just not making mistakes. If it was about not making mistakes, if everybody didn't make mistakes, I think concentration is going to be really key in this game from a Chelsea perspective. Because you're going to have to do this for a full 90 minutes. Um, they've been a better side in terms of having the ball and playing the ball and all that kind of thing. Um, and Atletico just seem to. Reece James shoots from. I mean, that's just terrible. Although, to be fair, from a Chelsea perspective, if you just keep getting the shots away, then if one out of 100, if one out of 25 shots go in, then that's going to be enough to get you through, probably. Werner, this is a big comment, and we just want to show off how amazing this is. Werner's only 25, still got 7 years in top flight if he is lucky. If Chelsea stick with him, which they're saying to do, he could be great and resettle in. And I do hope so, because, oh, Mendy, what is that? He just kicked the ball. That is terrible. Is there rumours that Werner will leave? Like, they'll let him go? Is that right? I haven't. You know more than I do. Solid defending there from Chelsea. There's been talks of a swap deal for Haaland. I mean, if you're Borussia Dortmund, you're not going to swap Haaland for the form that Werner's in at the minute, are you? Like, why would you do that? What would be the need? Why would you get rid of your best striker for a striker who has, like, I think he's got one of the worst XG to goal difference, as in, like, he's had loads of chances but hasn't scored. Last year you dominated Atletico, broke them down, won the game, but one silly mistake from Adrian. Yeah. Oh, Chelsea on the break. Out to the right. Reece James on the ball. Passes back inside. 5 goals in 28 sounds like my Strand football career, Sam. I think this is as predictable so far as you'd expect. I think exactly what Karthik said earlier. Oh, what a great tackle that is was that Rudiger? He just completely shoulders Suarez off the ball. He says, "Don't you dare bite me, son." In fact, what he said was, as he tackled him, "Bite me." So he didn't say, "Don't you dare bite me, son." But in terms of what I was expecting from this game, this is probably it. I would say it's been more exciting than the first leg. The first leg wasn't amazing, apart from Giroud's ridiculous goal. But it's been just a lot of passing from Chelsea. I felt like we were sort of willing to let the ball be played in their half. Same here, we're playing centre back. I was talking about that record. I mean, when I scored, well, I don't know why I'm talking about this, because it literally matters nothing at all. It doesn't matter at all. But when I scored my first goal for Stram, that was my first goal in an 11-side match in like 4 years or something stupid. So, a particularly special moment. I cried and everything. Suarez does seem isolated because João Felix, on the I'll just show you this again. This is the way SofaScore had them like lined up. If you can see that, they had João Felix playing in a 2 up front with Suarez, but it actually seems that João Felix is playing a number 10, and Suarez is playing like number 9 by himself, which is probably what they usually do. But yeah, this is a very like scrappy-ish game. I mean, I think what No, actually, I was going to say what this game needs is for Chelsea to score first, like for excitement factor. But what this game needs is just some chances. Like there hasn't really been any clear cut chances. You've got sort of Werner stealing the ball from. Um, if I minimize chat and then if I minimize chat and I put the team back up, Sam. Okay, I will do that, and then I will share this. How's that now? Is that better? Um, they're how the line. That's how the lineups were. Um, Chelsea's pass in the back is going to get them right. It's going to get them, I think. Um, I think we could see an Atletico goal from a Chelsea mistake. But yeah, Felix on the team sheet, as you can see, kind of. Oh no, it's gone. The thing's gone. Um, was he's kind of playing? Oh, penalty shout for Atletico? No, Carrasco raging. But they're playing at two. They're playing at two there. Um, but he's kind of sometimes he's not even playing number 10. Chance for Atletico and the ball's out for a corner. First Atletico in the corner of the game, I believe. Um, yeah, it is an interesting formation, and I'll put the chat back now. See, oh, it's just so funky. I have to say, in a I wouldn't fall down if I was given a hug like that. To be fair, that's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing. Um, I mean, that's never a penalty. If that's a penalty, then I'm quitting my degree. How does that sound? Corner though for Atletico Madrid. Doesn't beat the first man. I will break something. I'm going to break something right now. I'm going to break. No, I'm not. I'm not going to break anything. Yeah. So before I was going to get on, and as Sam has rightly pointed out, great wee software. This, it is. It's not. I don't know if that is a penalty. I feel like if he doesn't fall, oh, the more and more I watch that, the more and more I'm unsure whether that would be a penalty again. I mean, who knows? Um, as Adam says, wasn't clear and obvious, and that's my annoyance with the way they officiate VAR. Like it needs to be a clear and obvious error, and sometimes that's not the case. Um, but sorry, I was going to say like this software thing for the stream, it just makes things look so much more professional, and it makes for better interaction for sure. And I'm only using the free version, um, and like you get so many features, and it's great. I couldn't be happier with the way things are, with this. Definitely playing in the Premier League. I feel like that would have been given as a penalty in the Premier League just because VAR would have probably given. I think what would have happened there in the Prem would have been the ref wouldn't have given it, and then VAR would step in and be like, "Oh no, mate, that's definitely a penalty." But instead of you go and have a look at that yourself, just give the penalty because there's, ultimately you don't need to look at it. You don't need to look at it. You don't need an opinion. Just give the pen. Just give the pen. Oh, it's a clever free kick. Oh, Suarez couldn't do anything with it. And then Suarez looks to blame other people. Whenever the only person you got to see yourself to blame there, Suarez, is yourself, pal. So I despise that. How can you blame other people? Sam, for reference, there was a free kick. Trippier kind of hit the ball in the box. Oh, just overshot it very, very slightly, like very minutely. Suarez couldn't bring it down. Uh, so I wouldn't say embarrassed himself, but looked silly, and then uh, cried and blamed Trippier, and then Havertz has been booked for. Sorry, how's Havertz been booked for that? Is that a booking? Well, it's not a booking. It's not a booking in the Premier League. How about toughen up? He barely touches him. Oh, the game's gone mad. The game has gone. Game's gone mad. um, I don't understand how that's a yellow. I really don't. Like he's just jumping. He's just jumping. If you've got any questions for me, put them in the chat. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Why not? And the Facebook page also. Give that a like. Plenty of content. I've just finished a series on Cristiano Ronaldo, which I'll put into a Twitter thread tomorrow, probably. Or Friday, tomorrow or Friday. Anyway, which just compares. There's been a big debate online about whether Ronaldo and Juventus, whether that was a poor decision, like for him to join Juventus, and whether that's impacted his career. So I did a bit of a deep dive into the stats between. There's a foul there. That's a yellow. Yeah, that is yellow. Just a deep dive into the stats between his stats at Real Madrid and then Juventus, and then his stats and then Juventus' stats before his rival and after his rival. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Facebook and Instagram. They're the exact same posts, so go and have a wee read at that. Adam, you're right. It's not a yellow because he had his eyes on the ball the whole time. There's absolutely zero intent there, so it's never a yellow card. Clear inconsistency in the Premier League in Europe. Premier League used to be the roughest league, and European teams struggled against us. Now Premier League like wee girls. Yeah, but is that also, Sam, comes from the fact that the Premier League is so dominated by European players as well. So there's probably that culture has embedded itself in the Premier League. I'm not saying that it's because of that. It's just because a lot of them have come from, the Bundesliga or the Bundesliga or the Serie A or all that kind of thing. Opinion on Reece James. I actually really like Reece James. I think he's really good. I don't think I've watched enough of him or know enough about him to give a full opinion. Maybe that's. Do you know what, Adam? You've given me a great idea for my next series of posts. I think what I'll do this week and this weekend is I'll do a series of posts on the English right back situation and compare Reece James, Trent, and Wan-Bissaka. Bayern Munich have gone 1-0 up. Lewandowski penalty. I think, Adam, I'm not going to give you my answer right now because I'm not going to give you my answer right now just because I'm going to do a series of posts. So make sure to check those out on my social media. But I'm going to do this week. This week, that's my new series. So thank you for that idea. But I'm going to look at Trent, Reece James, and Wan-Bissaka and Trippier. I feel like they're the four main candidates. Have a look at their stats and then say who I would select based on those stats. Ball into the box, Trippier cleared away. Havertz is away to Werner. Werner looks across, keeps going. Sees CH, goal! Goal! Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Have I heard people? That is a goal. A goal lasso. This game's going to get interesting. Now, this is actually what the game needed, and no joke. What it does mean, though, is with the big sad, means there's no extra time or penalties in this game. Well, is it sad? It's not really sad, but Karthik spoiling it for me. Karthik, unbelievable. I can't believe you'd spoil this for me. I'm so sad. How many minutes was that? That was ZH. He does hit it straight out of black, which is kind of rubbish. I mean, Oh, I mean, Oblak's got to do better there, right? That's not great. It's really not great. Oh man. Oh man. I didn't see the message, Karthik. I just didn't want to acknowledge it. Um, how many minutes is that? 30, 33, we'll say? 33. There we go. Updated the scorecard. You truly do love to see it. Let me update the title of the stream as well. Let's edit this title. And save that. And we're back. That's all good, man. To be fair, at the time when you said that, I thought actually Atletico were going to score. So, because it came from a break, from a Chelsea point of view. Atletico need to go for this game now. I think. Here's my opinion. I think Atletico are going to try and keep it at 1-0 to half time. And then they're going to completely change their game plan second half. I think that's the only way they can do it, really. They do need to change something because it's not working. They're inviting pressure, and then even with that, they invited the attack onto them. Let's just have a look a wee second, because I have a feeling, again, that Atletico are top of La Liga. I might be wrong. I think they are, though, aren't they? The Liga table. Yeah, this is what worries me about the standard of the La Liga. So Atletico are top of La Liga. Chelsea are... Where are Chelsea in the Premier League? 5th? 6th? 4th? I can't remember. Chance. I'm cleared away. So Chelsea are 4th, which I always forget. I always feel like they're lower down, with the manager being sacked. So your best team in the Liga are playing against the 4th team in the Premier League in what has been a really weird season. And you're playing this game to not lose. Like, that worries me in terms of the standard of La Liga. It's clearly not what it used to be. Just from a comparative point of view. Was there chat of removing the away goal advantage? I have no idea. So my problem with this fixture is they played the first leg in a neutral venue, right? So it was like an away tie for both teams, but Chelsea got the away goal advantage. And then the second leg, they had to play Stamford Bridge because they were able to. So Atletico essentially had to play 2 away games. Chelsea only had to play 1. I don't know how that's fair. Like, dangerous ball, nobody's there. Dangerous ball across the Chelsea box there for Atletico Madrid, nobody was there. It just doesn't make any sense to me why they wouldn't play both games in a neutral venue. Oh, shot! Oh, easy enough save there from Mendy. But that's Atletico's first proper chance. So, good. I mean, decent enough save, but I had deflection, so decent enough save. If Atletico go more attacking, they might leave the back open, which Chelsea can benefit from. Yeah, there is that risk of counter attack, 100%. But you have to go for it now. You have to score 2 goals, and it's 2 goals and you win. Serie A's competitive. What do you mean the Premier League's corrupt? Karthik, explain why the Premier League's corrupt. And if you're watching this stream, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here for a more regular basis, and that'll be cool. Oh, Dean! I'm going to put your message up because it's good to see you. Yo, Joe. Dean, you better subscribe to the channel. Just saying. Just saying. Give us a thumbs up. Lifelong Arsenal fan here. Totally unrelated, but what are your thoughts on Mikel and Arsenal this season? Okay, I will happily binge my thoughts. Oh, Chelsea chance. Sorry, give me a second. Oh. So, Arsenal, first off, I apologise. I apologise to you for being an Arsenal fan this season. But I think that the way Arsenal are playing now is a lot better. It's clear to me that the problem is not just it's not just a team and a manager. It's not as simple as a team and a manager problem, right? It's a lot more than that. There's clearly stuff going on in the background, on in training or whatever. And I think Ozil leaving was a good thing for the squad personally. But I definitely think you know what's really funny about Arsenal. They could get a Europa League spot. Like they legitimately could make top 7, top 6. I think since Christmas, the big turnaround for Arsenal was the win against Chelsea on Boxing Day. I think it was Boxing Day. It might have been 27th. It was around Christmas anyway. And I think that's been a real turning point. You're winning games. That North Derby win on Sunday was massive. So I think Mikel's doing a really good job. I think there's a bit of naivety there in terms of the passing from the back and stuff, just because there's they made a mistake in the Burnley game to draw, and then they made a mistake in the Europa League game that I watched. Chance for Chelsea. Penref. No, corner, Kevin. What was I saying about who? Arsenal are playing Benfica, aren't they? And I think that they made mistakes in consecutive games. And I think there's just a bit of naivety there in terms of the coaching. Is that a penalty? Thoughts on that there? Is that a penalty or is it not? The mistakes make you cry. Karthik, I'll come back to your point whenever I've sort of finished up on the Arsenal stuff. Yeah, the mistakes should be worrying. But I think it's been a good turnaround from Arsenal. I think you should be happy. You're probably happier now. Oh my days! What was that from Rudiger? I think the mistakes. I think the difference between now and a couple of months ago is quite crazy to see, and it's probably encouraged. I'm sure you're probably more encouraged now, right? Karthik says the refs are smelling of corruption. The on-field decisions are not good. The officials are bad. The heads of the PL seem corrupt. Well, I would agree with the heads of the PL stuff. Karthik, because as a Newcastle fan, why that deal went through, we'll never know. I'm not happy about that. There was also talk like a few years ago, the PL heads said they did different champions every 2 years. Stuff like that really bothers me because, that's maybe taken out of context because if you want a competitive, enjoyable league, you want people new challengers all the time. The league would get boring if the same team won every year. Think of Bundesliga. The reason I don't really follow Bundesliga is because usually Bayern Munich win every year. It's a foregone conclusion. So Kovacic, decent chance there from Kovacic outside the box. Decent. The officials thing, all I can say is some of the officiating in the Premier League is worse than junior football. It honestly is, and they have VAR and everything. And some of the decisions they make, and I bring this comparison about all the time, and I know people don't like both sports, but if they could learn from rugby and how rugby officiate and how every decision that a referee makes has to be justified, uh, I feel like it will be so much better. Oh, this is risky from Chelsea. Half time. Half time. Let me just change this caption. Let me just get that up there. We plug, if you haven't already, go follow. Go follow. Yeah. Sorry, as I was saying, if they could learn from rugby, officiating would probably be better. Karthik. Yeah, okay. And Adam, yeah, fair enough. Once again, not really a clear and obvious error from the ref again. Yeah, it wasn't clear and obvious. So that's fair enough. Again, I think it was if that had been given. It's also one of those ones where if it had been given, it mightn't have been changed either. But we all know the whole point of this channel is all about the stats, right? And the best thing about this new overlay is I can now go through the stats live. So, if you're up for it, if you're up for that, let's do it. Let's have a look at some of the stats and see how this game went. I think before even having looked at it, I'm going to say Chelsea probably had about 70% of the ball. And what? Atletico would be at 2 shots. Would that be right? Atletico having 2 shots. What is going on? Sorry, I'm trying to get this pen up, but it's not working. So let's have a wee gander here at the stats, and then I'll get back to the chat in a wee second. Okay. So let's just share this. Let me remove the caption for now, not to block anything. And let's have a look. Right. Stats. We have 63%. Oh, 62-37. It's actually tighter than I thought it was going to be, with Chelsea having 7 shots. Yeah. Atletico managed 2 on target, which is interesting. I mean, I think we always knew that Chelsea were going to win this, right? I think we always knew that was going to be the case there. I'm surprised by this, just purely because I don't really remember Atletico having many chances. I know they had that one that Mendy had to save. Oh, this is interesting. Just have a look at this. 2 big chances and 1 big chance missed. So they scored 1 big chance. Or their goal came from that first big chance, but they missed another big chance. Yeah, you're looking at, so attacking wise, really, what you're seeing is Chelsea are dominating here and here, which is what we expected. This is a sad face from me. 72% passing accuracy. That is sad. 87%. You do love to see that from Chelsea. Fair play. I've always said in videos that a passing accuracy over 85% is ideal, is what you want. 72 is shocking. That's really not great. And I think what's interesting, from an Atletico point of view, is that they've managed half the passes that Chelsea have in that half, which is poor. Yeah, they're the stats. What about the player performances? We look quickly. Reece James, this is going to be interesting. We're going to be talking a lot about him on the page. What I might do is I might do a series of posts and then make a video on it. That might be something I do. Reece James there is Chelsea's best performing player. And look at these ratings for Atletico. Like, that's poor. 6.9 is your best player. It's not really great, is it? And even then, I couldn't tell you what he did. Just putting it out there. Oblak's been poor. Hasn't looked too confident. Werner's done well. He got the assist, so you have to give him credit for that. But yeah, they're the stats. And as always, we do love the attack momentum meter. And as you can see, Chelsea have dominated the attack. What we would be expecting to see in the second half is just constant Atletico attack. And if we don't see that, I'm going to be really surprised. Well, not really surprised, but I think that's what they need to do now, because they can't afford to sit back and try and get Chelsea in the counter attack. There is the halftime stats roundup. Thoughts? What are people's thoughts on that? Let's get the chat up again. Right, Karthik, let's have a look at your second latest tweet. Let's see. What are you saying? Are you being a good boy? I'm looking at Twitter already, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying in the Prem that's a penalty. Karthik, thank you for sharing. Is that what it was? Thanks so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that. I'll give that a like. Oh, the second latest one, the one about Icardi. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not great, is it? 12 times a day. Not ideal. Poor stuff. Adam says the refs in the Prem should not be there, especially that being the most watched league in the world makes the sport look bad. Absolutely. I mean, Adam, I think if me and you did a refereeing job in Premier League, we'd do a better job than some of the officials, and obviously we're not qualified. The Premier League refs seems like they don't know the rules. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they really don't. They really don't. No, they don't. We don't as well. That's also a fair point, Karthik. We don't as well. The case in point is the handball rule. I accept it. I agree. Like Sam said earlier, Sam said was watching the rugby the other day, and inside 10 seconds we overturned the wrong decision. Do you know what's great about the rugby officiating is because the refs are mic'd up and the TMO is mic'd up, as viewers, we get to listen to the whole conversation between the ref and the TMO. And the way that they do rugby now is you have to justify your decision, right? So as a consumer watching the sport, let's say, I am getting an understanding as to why a decision is being made. I am being told, here's why we're making this decision. Here's why we can't overturn such and such. And I think that if you bring that into the Premier League, you get a lot more clarity in the decision making. Now, I know that also brings about a bit more scrutiny, but in terms of controversial decisions, that's why the refs don't need to do press conferences for rugby, because everything they've done has been explained, because you can hear it throughout the game. But the calls for refs to be interviewed for the Premier League is simply because we can't hear a word they're saying. So I think that'll be something interesting to look into. I think that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm having a great time doing this. It's been a really fun one so far. Decent enough game, plenty of chat. TMO, but Sam, see, there's a nuance there, because the TMO don't fully make the decision. What the TMO does is they go, right, there's something I need you to have a look at. Here's what I think. What are your thoughts? Right? So you hear the conversation. So let's say it's, for example, O'Mahony's red card against Wales, right? TMO goes, yeah, Wayne, I've seen an incident here that I think you need to check. They play the incident. Wayne goes, right, what are your thoughts? TMO goes, there's no mitigating thing. That's an elbow. That should be a red card. Barnsley goes, right, has a look at it himself, and then it goes, yeah, I have to say, I agree with you on that. He doesn't make any attempt to play the ball. His elbow's up high. He hits him in the head. That's red card. And I think also the difference with rugby is they put the incident up on the big screens, which adds for a bit of drama, which I quite like. But then all the players see it. All the all like everybody sees it. They all like make they can and then as a viewer we can all understand what's happening. Have refereeing standards across the world dipped in general? I think there's a debate there. So refereeing, right? Yes, guys, we've got 100 messages. You'd love to see it. High five. Boom. Has refereeing standards dropped the world in general? There's a debate there, right? You know, a lot of it is about imperfect information. I think decisions are the same standard, but I think the level of scrutiny is higher, and I think that's the big difference between like what people think of the refs. What will my lineup be for the England Euros team? I'm going to leave out the right back if that's okay, Adam, because I think I'm going to do that as a series of posts, and then I might make that a video. So let me think. England lineup. I'll say the world's best goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, in nets. Currently, I would play John Stones and Harry Maguire at centre back, Chilwell at left back. I'm trying to think what formation I would play though. You know why the England team's so difficult? Because they've got so many great attacking midfielders. I would be inclined to play Grealish. To be honest, I think Grealish should go in. Harry Kane has to go in. What's that? 6? So I need 5 more, do you? I've named 7. I need 4 more. Who should I play? Sterling. Sterling on the left. Foden. I put Foden on the bench. I wouldn't start him. Probably the same with Saka. Although Saka maybe could arguably be England's best right midfielder, unless I'm forgetting someone. I feel like I need a centre. I feel like would an Eric Dyer at CDM be like a decent shout? I don't know. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. Adam, it's a great question. It's so difficult though. Like it's honestly so tough. I don't know. I feel like Grealish has to be an England team. I just think he brings so much, so much. So he certainly brings so much to Villa. I think he played well in that. Didn't he play for England? Played really well. So, yeah. Let me see. I think I've missed a few messages here. Has viewers' expectation for perfection increased? I don't think you're wrong. I definitely don't think you're wrong. I think that's a fair assessment. A substitution, halftime sub for Atletico Madrid. Atletico's best player by the ratings come off, and Hermoso's come on. There's so many messages here. I love it. Sorry that I'm so far behind. Especially in the social media age, everything demands perfection. Aside from football, I think the world's getting more and more critical of everything. Absolutely. And social media with loads of keyboard warriors is a huge part of that. 100%, Sam, couldn't agree more. There can be a Twitter post showing Liverpool's champions of Europe, and the prize will be filled with Messi, Ronaldo, childish debates. Absolutely. I mean, you can say that about almost anything. In terms of like the childish debates. Sorry, let me change this caption. I'm going to put this up, Karthik, for now, just as I change. Here we go. We're back. Yeah, I think football Twitter is a very toxic place anyway. In general, I mean, Karthik, this isn't because at least you have your actual name. I feel like a lot of football accounts put up. They hide behind like footballers, and they don't put their name in. And then they feel like they're anonymous, so they can say whatever they want. So I feel like that's a huge issue with social media, especially on Twitter. I mean, I think Twitter is the most toxic platform that exists. I mean, I use it. I think it's very toxic, though. I mean, I haven't experienced like toxicity directly towards myself, but I do remember quite a few years ago. It was during the Chelsea and the attack race, James in the box, and cleared away by Atletico. So a few years ago. So this links in with your like Messi Ronaldo thing. A few years ago, I put out a tweet during the 2018 World Cup talking about how what Messi and Ronaldo both carry their national teams. So I can't remember if I gave an opinion or not, but basically what happened was, like, I think it was you put a hashtag BBC Football and then BBC Sport News picked it up, and Match of the Day retweeted my tweet, quote tweeted the tweet with like we're lucky to watch them both or something, which is kind of the point I was making. But anyway, I got not abuse, that's the wrong word, but people were giving me grief for having that opinion of that. I've just a great chance there for Chelsea. Decent save by All Black. I mean that's another Werner chance that he's missed. Yet another chance that he's missed. Although it was a difficult one, to be fair. Like he's shooting from a very tight angle. There was nobody really there for him, so he did the right thing. Got a corner. Chelsea can pressurize Atletico now again. Anonymity is still less of a problem, even if they were not anonymous. These types of hate trolls will continue. Absolutely, like I agree, but I do think the football community has a higher level of that. Like for example, like on my StattoJoe account, I'm basically anonymous, right? Because it's just a cartoon picture, and it's it's not actually me. I think there's a lot of that goes around. Like a lot of people just have, their Twitter handle is like #1 Man United fan or something like that. I mean, that's not a real Twitter handle. It actually might be, but that's kind of the point. Havertz foul there, surely. Yep. But I think I think football Twitter is a real problem. I think you can't. I think the issue. I mean, football is one of the most emotionally charged sports anyway. You wouldn't see the level of hate between rugby fans as you do between football fans, and I don't really know what that's about, to be honest. But I think Karthik, you've nailed it. I think football Twitter is a lot of kids who you don't know their age. They're just a profile picture and a name, and they know and understand the best way to get followers is to be controversial, because controversy gains more traction. And so sadly what happens is they just say things that are just awful. Like I've seen posts about like a Newcastle fan. So a Newcastle fan in January committed suicide, and Newcastle were planning like a big like they were going to put a message up on the board for it and all that. And they put up a tweet saying they were saddened to hear the loss of the guy. And I'm going to say kid, some Spurs fan account just commented like small club. And it's like, it's that kind of stuff I just find so weird. Like why anyone would ever say anything like that. It's just strange. Yeah, so tweets like Liverpool bad or City bad. Yeah, or small club or, irrelevant or, the list goes on and on. And the same happens with Rangers and Celtic. Any big rivalries really, you're guaranteed to get like levels of abuse of some form. And I think football's horrendous for that. And it's not teams promoting it, but I think the whenever Leeds like tweeted at Karen Carney when she made that opinion, that doesn't help anybody, right? Because you're encouraging that level of like having a go at people that say stuff you don't agree with. So whilst the clubs aren't responsible for these people, clubs putting out things like that it's just silly. Accounts are probably bots. Yeah, bots literally and bots mentally. That's what bots in many different senses. Atletico are looking to make another substitution here. I don't know who that is to look at. You saw a video where they talked today, which talked about this problem in depth. I think it's a really interesting topic. Like it's it's great. Leeds fan accounts are so hateful. Are they particularly bad? Karthik, in that video, was it very like I find it all fascinating. There was a chance of Chelsea ZH from head it and it was blocked, and then Rudiger smashed one from 30 yards. It's not ever going to do anything. You've coached it. Oh, fantastic! I will have a look at it, Karthik. See, I like your Twitter. I think your Twitter's good. Moussa Dembele's on for Yannick Carrasco. That's the substitution that Atletico have just made. We've played 8 minutes in the second half. Not much has really happened, hence why we're having this conversation, this debate. So, Karthik, your Twitter's cool because you're not aggressively going against anyone. Obviously you're a Liverpool. Obviously a lot of your tweets are about Liverpool and things. Hateful might be a strong word. More like they don't stop very aggressive. Yeah. Well, it depends. Like if you're deliberately putting down someone, I'd call that a hateful comment. Like that's just from my point of view. But Twitter's dangerous. I think Twitter's the most dangerous. I think I've found personally, like when I'm posting, I find Twitter the most difficult to post on. in terms of like keeping it up. I haven't been very consistent on Twitter, to be fair. I think Facebook and Instagram are easier. I need to get back to doing more stories on Instagram and getting interaction and things. I've just been so busy with uni, I haven't really had the chance. But with Facebook, so the Facebook page is really good because it's really in-depth stuff. Like very in-depth, very detailed match reports. And I've just done the Ronaldo series. I'm going to do one about the English right backs. It's very long format, which doesn't really get the best engagement, but and I think personally it's pretty good stuff, like content wise. And YouTube, I'm slowly learning, and certainly with live streams and things, but like it's going well. Corner for Chelsea, to the edge of the box, Reece James. Yeah, I mean that was wasn't great. I did, Karthik. I had a fantastic sleep last night. I appreciate you asking. A much needed sleep. Much needed for sure. Thank you for asking. How's your day been? I don't care about these hateful debates, and you're too tired of them. Yeah, I mean, so am I. I just steer clear from all that stuff. Never get involved. What's the point? Chelsea. Oh, that's a great save from Oblak. Great save from Oblak. This Atletico team are not doing enough to try and pressure Chelsea. Chelsea are all over them. I mean, I say good save in retrospect. In retrospect, not a great save, really. Opinion on Shea Adams playing for Scotland. I personally think it's a great move for him. I would say he's never getting into the England team unless he performs some sort of miracle. So surely it makes logical sense to play for Scotland. If you're eligible to play for Scotland, why wouldn't you? I can do the Gary Neville mode if you want, Karthik. I've got a pretty good impression of it if you'd like to hear it. Adam, I think it's a great move for Shea Adams because he knows he's not going to get an England team, and Scotland up front are lacking. Shea Adams has done really well this season. To me that makes sense. That's like. Unless he's played, my issue comes if did he play for the England youth teams by any chance? Let me look this up actually. Shea Adams international career. International career. Shea Adams. Just looking this up. He played for the England C squad, which is semi-professional level, and then England under-20s for 2 matches. So he didn't. This is interesting. So he played for England under-20s, played twice. Was approached by the Scottish FA in 2017 and declined, and kept declining, and then decided to accept them for the Euros. He knows now that Scotland. The thing I don't like about it is that he knows that Scotland are in the Euros, so he can play at the Euros. Oh, Suarez just coming off for Korea. Yeah, I feel bad for Suarez. Yeah, so do I, Karthik. He was isolated up there, couldn't do anything. I said this earlier on, and you're probably all the same people that were here earlier on. Thank you so much, by the way, for watching. Like, it's great having you and chatting. That with Athletic, what I find really worrying is that this is the team that are top of the Liga. This is it's not good enough. It's not good enough. They're not competitive enough. It's just not good enough. Just not good enough. Another foul there from an Atletico player. Is it a foul? Oh yeah. I mean, how can you debate? That's definitely a yellow card. Didn't even get the ball. Oh, he did get the ball. I look so stupid. He didn't get the ball. I think Atletico was still 4 points on Barcelona. You just know that Suarez is smiling there, but inside he's absolutely fuming. Like you just know that's what's going on. Kante's got the ball into the box. Marcus Alonso. That's a decent enough ball. 2-0 on aggregate, Finn. Chelsea won the first game 1-0, right? Didn't they? Yeah, it's 2-0 on aggregate. Yeah. So the aggregate scores in brackets, Finn, and the actual scores outside the brackets, if that makes sense. There's no really better way for me to format it on the title, unless I put the title wrong, have I? No, I haven't. That's okay. So Atletico need 2, and they only need 2 because of the away goal rule. So 2 would be enough for them to go through. They don't look like scoring, to be honest with you. They don't look like scoring, and I think this is probably going to finish. I would say this is probably going to finish 1-0 Chelsea. No problem, Finn. No problem. It was a counter-attack goal. I don't know if you saw it, but it was a counter-attacking goal. Ooh, good chance there from Werner. Hits over the bar. It was a counter-attacking goal. Well played from Werner into the box, and it was poor goalkeeping from Oblak, really, and Ziyech scored. So, it was decent. It was a good counter-attack. Werner, you know what? Werner has had a decent game, and I'm going to say it. I think he's had a decent enough game. It's been difficult enough for him up there, so Tuchel's head and hands raging. 3 points separate first and second in the Liga. Atletico have the game in hand, but recent performances are not good enough, I think. Oh, so they've actually got the game in hand as well. Flip. Who do I support? Finn, I support Newcastle. I'm a big, massive Newcastle fan, which I may, by the way, be live again on Saturday night for the Newcastle Brighton game. So keep your eyes out on my. Let me just put up a cheap plug here. Sorry. Check out my Twitter and my Instagram for updates. I have a Facebook page too. I think I may be live on Saturday night for the Newcastle Brighton game, which is a massive, massive game for the relegation in the relegation scene. So I'll be live for that probably. And if Newcastle lose, I'll be crying during that. So that's something to look forward to. And as Adam says, it's a massive game for both teams. It's massive. It's my worry is it's going to finish in a draw, right? Both teams need to win. Whoever wins that game is going to be the more comfortable when it comes to the relegation race. That's not a guarantee. And obviously, with the Premier League's best manager, Steve Bruce Ball, Karthik has summed it up perfectly. Brighton are going to struggle in front of Bruce Ball. I don't have any ambition. I'm gonna Adam. Come on, Joe Linton's going to get the winning goal. You heard it here first. It's going to be 1-0 Newcastle. Joe Linton, 91st minute, 50 yards out. That's my official prediction. Karthik, this has been the problem all season, right? We have the players to go out and win games, right? We do. We do not have, and I'm like honestly, we do not have the fourth or fifth worst squad in the Premier League. And I know they're going to talk. The big thing's been about injuries and what have you. But we have a decent squad. Joe Willock's been a great signing. Joe Willock's been a fantastic signing. Don't get me wrong. I think he hasn't really had an opportunity to do loads. But it's decent signing. By the way, if you're watching the stream, give it a like. It would make me smile. It would make me happy. Bruce needs to go, Karthik. He needs to go. It's time to go. He does need to go. He does need to go. Of course he does. Adam, I'm pretty sure Saint-Maximin's injured. So, I mean, it would be a complete miracle if he scored 1 or 2 goals. I'm just as likely to score 1 or 2 goals as Saint-Maximin is. I'm pretty sure Saint-Maximin and Almiron and Callum Wilson are all injured. So we need to be playing. We have to play Joe Linton because Dwight Gale hasn't been good enough. Andy Carroll's obviously not good enough. You don't need me to tell you that. And the joke of it is, Andy Carroll's on a pay-as-you-play contract, and Brucey keeps playing for 2 minutes, which is just costing the club more money. So it's just so stupid. So we've had a nightmare of Saint-Maximin because he had long COVID, and he's been injured, and he was injured at the start of the season too. Had we had him more, we probably would have won more games. We have no goal threat then. Adam, don't disrespect Joe Linton like that. Joe Linton is a hero among men. He is an international. He should be an international level striker. Geordies are going to trust the counter. Karthik, I can't trust anything Newcastle do. To be fair to you, I mean, if you honestly would like to watch me in pain for free, come to the stream on Saturday night. Newcastle versus Brighton. Hopefully, I should be live from 8 p.m. Sam Curry, you're back, my friend. In the chat, really team's performance so far in this game. I'm going to be honest with you. Atletico have been poor. They haven't been good enough. This is a team that are top of the Liga. They went 1-0 down. They had plenty of time to try and go for the game, and they haven't bothered to do so. They're starting to now. There's 22 minutes left plus stoppage time. It's not good enough. They need 2 goals. Far too defensive. What's going on here? Offside. They've been far too defensive, and they've just allowed Chelsea to play, right? So that's been poor. Chelsea have been decent. They've played some good football. They've done some good things. Chelsea still, though, like, they're not. They wouldn't set the world right with their football. They're not like quality. They're not outstanding as a team, right? They're good. They're definitely, don't get me wrong, they are good. But they're also very defensive minded in their play. But but they've passed well, and ultimately they've got the goal. And I mean, it should be enough to put them through because I don't see Atletico really doing much, and they've just given the ball away again there. Like it's things like that that they're not doing very well that they're going to cost them. You need football because Liverpool don't play for 3 weeks. Yeah, because it's FA Cup and some Premier League this weekend, and then international break. Which, by the way, to all the Northern Irish ones, we're going to be going really hard on Northern Ireland content because I think that might draw new people, hopefully. And I'll definitely be live streaming at least one of the Northern Ireland games, if not two, because people don't really do that, and it might be of interest. So yeah, Saturday at 8 will be Sunday morning for Cardiff. Is Newcastle Brighton? If I'm not I'll definitely be there for at least the second half. Let's put it that way. If I'm late, I'll definitely be there for the second half. And I don't know. I think that'll be international stuff. Is Simon's time coming to an end? See, I would, based on this performance, right? You'd say yes, but with their league, with how they're doing in the league, you'd say no because they're doing well in the league. So it's kind of hard to. I think it's too hard to really say either way. Like, it depends what Atletico view as success. If winning the league's a success, keep them because they're clearly, if they can keep their league form up, then they're on track. But if it's Champions League success, then no, they just haven't been good. They've been rubbish tonight. They were rubbish in the first game as well. So it's not exactly a one-off. It's a standard. Well, it's been a standard in the knockout phases. If they drop a second or third, what would you say? I think the only condition in which Simeone doesn't get sacked, Adam, is if Atletico win the league. I don't know what they. I honestly don't know what they mark as success. We're looking at fouls all over the place from the Atletico players now. They're getting frustrated and annoyed, and they've got no one else to blame but themselves because they've been poor. You can get annoyed all you want. You can get annoyed all you want, but ultimately you've been crap. So you can't get annoyed at how crap you've been. That Atletico have a real chance of blowing the league. Well, I think that's interesting. I mean, I don't know who. For me, who takes Simeone in the Premier League? Does anybody take Simeone in the Premier League? The Spurs take him. No, see, he's a very similar manager, Mourinho. And if you watched my video on Sunday, cheap plug there. I apologise for that. I did go on a bit of a rant about Mourinho. Newcastle. No, he wouldn't understand being at Newcastle. West Brom. You're totally miming me here because he wouldn't understand a small club mentality though. So I feel like he was Sheffield. Guys, come on. Have you just bracketed Newcastle under West Brom and Sheffield? Is that really what's just happened? Is that really how poor we are? That's so sad. That's really, 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 really sad. But here's what so there's 16 minutes to go. If you're watching the game, do you agree with me when I say Atletico have not looked like scoring once? Like they haven't looked like scoring at all. Like they just haven't. It's not sad. It's just poor from my point of view. Uh, it is also sad from my point of view, though, Adam. Like, it does kind of make me sad how poor Newcastle are doing. Like, it makes me feel sad emotions. Um, I don't think there's a team in the Premier League that takes Simeone. I honestly don't. Um, oh, that was the edge. That's okay. Poor from he's left it do right. So, um, but also Karthik, I don't think anybody would. I think the Premier League, no one in the Premier League would just take someone, you know. So it's also a fair point. Yeah, there's been nothing from Atletico. I feel like I've made more of an attacking threat in this game than they have, and I'm currently sitting in my room uh, in Belfast. So that kind of sums up Atletico's performance. Um, yeah, but Sam, you're also what the thing is. You're also factually correct. So what you've said there isn't wrong in terms of in the context of this game. What are people's thoughts on Mendy, Chelsea's goalkeeper? Adam, thank you for your sympathy and feelings. Um, yeah, what are people's thoughts on Mendy? I quite like him. I think he's well. I say I quite like him. He's got a mistake in him, right? He does have a mistake in him, but I like him. I think he's good. Ziyech is coming off. Pulisic is coming on. Pulisic is another player that I have a lot of time for. Ziyech gets the goal tonight for Chelsea, so that's a good selection from their point of view. Adam says, decent player, just need to get a lot more games under his belt. Yeah, no, fair, totally fair. He's still learning, he's still developing, you know, as a player, so there's always that. And Karthik, Mendy's been good. Yeah, and loads of clean sheets in a row, okay on the ball. He is good. I just feel like the one thing he could get better at probably is where he like palms the ball out to. But like it has been good, you know. He has been good. He's done well. Definitely a lot better than Kepa anyway, which wasn't hard, but definitely he's done a lot better than Kepa has. So we've got 12 and a half minutes to go. If Atletico score 2, you will get many screams down the microphone because there's no way it's going to happen. There's just no way. Is Mendy 30? What? Mendy. Oh my goodness, he's 29. How the flip? He looks so young. I'm going to stand up for Adam and I say when he says more games, he means more Premier League games. Unless he does just mean games in general, in which case you're wrong, boy. But I think he does need more Premier League games under his belt, which would be a fair thing to say. I'll tell you what he could develop, like he could work on, would be where he like his placement of how he deals with crosses, like either learning to catch more or learning to put the ball in the less dangerous positions. That's the one thing he could change. But he's very agile, which is great. He can make good saves and things. Yeah, you meant Premier League, Adam. I got your back, man. I got your back. You know, you say silly things. you say out of context silly things, but I've got your back, got you sorted. Atletico now have a free kick, a good distance out. There'll be a ball in the box, I would think. Somebody try and get their head on it. Just stick it in, back of the net. But I mean, it'll be a miracle if they go through. It will be a miracle, and I'll be very surprised. Cleared away, no problem. Oh, please stop with the sus stuff, please. Just because I'm, a famous celebrity now, it doesn't mean you have to say that I'm sus. Are there any ideas or issues or stats or anything that you guys would like to see covered? Either in a video or in a series of posts or anything? Because obviously I'm going to do the English right back post. That'll be the next series. Another corner. Another corner for Atletico. Very. Have they scored? Are you telling me they've scored before they've scored? Wait, what's going on? Wait, what? Did somebody just get sent off? What did they get sent off for? A deliberate elbow? Oh, he's raging as well. He's going VAR, pal. What just happened? I'm confused. Sorry, is that a red card? That's not a red card. Come on. What has the game got to? Oh, I'm sorry, that is not no. No. That is never a red card. That is never, ever a red card. I'm sorry, that is a disgusting decision. That is an absolute joke. Oh my days, that is horrendous. That is one of the worst things I have ever seen. He's right to be annoyed as well. He's right to be annoyed. That's simulation. I'm sorry, that's an absolute disgrace. I am sorry, that is horrendous. He literally elbows him in the chest, and he's down clutching his head and stuff. It is an elbow, but it's a yellow. It's not. That's not. Is it? It's a red card if he elbows him in the head. I'm sorry, but come on. That is an absolute disgrace. That is an absolute joke. Honestly awful. I'm fuming about that, to be honest with you. What happened, Andy? So they were in the box, right? Andy, by the way, hello. I hope you're well. So they were in the box. Savic elbows him in the chest. It was off the ball. Doesn't really do anything to him. Rudiger goes down, and correct me if I'm wrong, he's clutching his head. And he got a straight red for it. which is an absolute joke. That's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Well, he shouldn't go to yellow. Well, it's hard at him because he. I think it was a yellow card offence from Savage. So then I don't know if you can give, like, you're either giving Rudiger a yellow or you're giving Savage a yellow, and I think Savage, it was an elbow, so it should be a yellow. But like, an absolute disgrace of a decision, like an absolute joke. Um, it's one of the worst. That's one of the worst referee decisions I've ever seen, and I saw Lee Mason um, make that decision the other week. So you know, absolutely terrible. Karthik, game's gone. You're right, game's gone. Uh, it's so poor. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, he was holding his throat like he'd been strangled. Oh, there's space. Reece James outside you. Oh, what are you at, man? What are you at? You could have helped out my stats. Reece James puts a nice wee ball in the box, and it's cleared away by Atletico Madrid. Is that an English ref tonight? No, he's not English. He's Dutch or something, or German or something like that. No, he's not. He's not English. Lee Mason's English. He was the guy that disallowed a goal and then allowed a goal and then disallowed a goal again or something stupid. Absolutely shocking that that'll keep Simeone's job. I'm telling you right now, this injustice. Atletico Madrid can play the injustice card, the victim card, with the 10 men thing and all that, but ultimately they haven't been good enough at all. But here's my biggest problem. Actually, no, I've just thought of this. There's VAR, right? How has VAR not gone? How have VAR not intervened and said, no, that's a yellow. That's a clear and obvious error. Clear and obvious. Well, all that talk we had in the first half, Adam, about clear and obvious errors. The two like penalty shouts. That should have been like they should have intervened. Definitely an English ref on VAR. They're not allowed English refs in this game, Karthik, because then there'd be a conflict of interest. So they have to be. They can't be. So it must have been a Dutch referee because they can't be Spanish either. There has to be a neutral country. That's a clear and obvious error. And as Karthik said earlier on, I need to put this up because it actually sums up how I was feeling. Where did he say it? Games. This is what he said. He said, "Game's gone." That's how I feel. That's how I feel after that. Game is gone. I might have frozen there briefly, but it was just a Wi-Fi problem. But we should be back now. I think this game's gonna trundle to a conclusion. A 1-0 win on the night, a 2-0 win on aggregate overall. And I think Bayern Munich are winning. Bayern Munich are winning 2-1, so they are 6-2 up on aggregate. Opinion: VAR on ref made me fall asleep. Sam, you're saying it's a boring ass game. You're not watching, so does that mean the stream's boring ass? Opinion on manager Thiago Silva. What a manager! What a manager! Oh, it's such a great, such a great observation. I mean, it's good. It's good practice, if anything, you know. And if he's shouting down and they can hear him, then happy days. 14 shots and just 4 on target. Karthik, are you doing my job for me? What the heck? Um, you know, that's my job to do all the stats. You know, 14 shots and 4 on target is a pretty standard percentage, Karthik. Like, that is actually relatively standard. Stream is quality, so I appreciate that. It's not because I've barely commented on the game. I mean, we did have that red card, which added some drama, and I shouted for a couple of minutes. You know, but it's average for average teams. I mean, that's true. But this has been an average game, Adam, so I'd argue that 4 shots on target with 14 shots in this type of game is not bad. Yeah, that is why. Yeah, Karthik, know your place. I am the stats guy. Absolutely. Yeah, you see, you'd find like, so sometimes you'll see some of the top teams will have, I'm trying to think, like, so City, right? Sometimes City will have like 23 shots a goal in a game, but they will very rarely have anything above 8 shots on target. You recorded my rant and sent it to me. Oh, I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put that up on the Facebook page tomorrow. Then, so that's perfect. I'm gonna put that up on the Facebook page. Oh, Atletico Madrid. Oh, Felix. Oh, it's a great save by Edouard Mendy, the young Edouard Mendy, who's got great potential. He just needs to develop his game. It would have been consolation. Maybe would have been a bit of a would have been nice. Yeah, Sam, I'm putting that clip up on Facebook so people can see what they're missing out on. You know, if you weren't here at the stream and you missed out on me screaming no, 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 then, you know, I'll be able to, like, here's what you're missing out on. So thank you for recording that. Ben Chilwell's coming on, guys. I'm so happy for him. He's going to make such a big impact in this game. 45 million pounds or 50 million pounds. Well spent, guys. Well spent. Well done, Chelsea FC. Giving him a big, you know, he's got a big important role to play. Big important role to play. Does Ben Chilwell. Comes on. Absolutely wasted potential. Oh, it actually infuriates me because Chilwell's so good. He was so good when Lampard was there. He honestly was. Chelsea are away. It's 3. Don't pass to Kante, he won't shoot. Who's that? Is that Emerson? He's literally on the pitch. 25 seconds. Oh my days. Manager Thiago Silva's going nuts. Emerson's been on the pitch like 2 seconds and he's gone and scored. Oh my days. Oh my days, Emerson, please. That is. Oh, let me just put this up so that people who are coming out and watching can can see. Oh my days. Emerson. Oh my goodness. I actually can't believe. There's me applauding Ben Chilwell, but I was applauding the wrong person. And if only Finn was still here, he would say he'd be able to see it's 3-0 on aggregate now. Oh, Thiago Silva, is he not supposed to be injured? He's going nuts. Why are they going so crazy? Is it because Emerson scored? Sam, did you miss me celebrating Emerson's goal? There you go. There you go. I've updated it. So it was a counter-attack, Sam. So basically what happened was I was applauding because Chelsea chose to bring on... that's full-time, isn't it? Full-time. Full-time. There you go, guys. Let me just change the... I'm going to just highlight that message. It deserves to be highlighted when I change this. Hashtag to go out. So basically what happened was, Sam, that Thiago Silva pulled off quite possibly, one of the best managerial masterclasses of all time. He outsmarted Diego Simeone. No problem. Not an issue. For that goal, basically, right, they brought on Chilwell and Emerson. And I was sarcastically applauding because I think Chilwell deserves so much more than what he's been given. And basically, Emerson, with his only touch in the game, scores. As you do. And Chelsea win 2-0 on the night. 3-0 aggregate. There's plenty to talk about. Let's go into the stats before we end the stream. Massive win for Chelsea. But let's have a look at what the stats say. So, full time, 2-0. Here are the player performance reviews. Emerson, oh my days. That is amazing. That's amazing. Look at this, guys. No, actually, look at this. Emerson, who played 2 minutes, got a rating of, because he scored a goal, he gets a rating of 7.7, right? And that is the second best rating in the entire game. So basically what they're saying is that Emerson was the second best player in that match. Oh, I can't tell. That's so bad. Oh no, I'm sorry. I just have to highlight how flawed the stats are. Oh my days. Amazing. Player performances. Chelsea had an all-round excellent performance. Only 2 players getting under 7, that's really, really good. Not great at all from an Atletico Madrid point of view. Only 2 players above 7, and that kind of showed in the game. They weren't great. They really didn't play very well at all. That's good there. Good work from SofaScore. First leg 0-0. Trusted, reliable website. Good job, guys. Good job. Let's have a look at the stats for the game then. Possession was relatively even, 56-44. Chelsea managed 16 shots with 5 on target, Karthik. So an even better ratio. You're looking at nearly 1 in every 3 shots on target, which is actually pretty good when you think about it. I mean, to be fair, Atletico themselves managed 4 and 10, which is pretty good. But Chelsea dominated the attacking stats. Look, this is all... I think this tells you everything you need to know, right? This tells you everything you need to know. These are like the niche attacking stats, so big chances, counter-attacks, blah, 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 all that kind of thing. And as you can see, Chelsea totally dominated those stats. No problem whatsoever. And what's surprising and kind of annoying from that point of view is that Atletico were the team that needed to go for it, and yet Chelsea had far more attacking. So I think that's a frustrating thing for me anyway. In terms of passing and things, you're looking at oops, we're looking at an 85%. So that gets a tick. Well, 78 not good enough. Sad face or an X, and yeah, in general, not a great game, but it's not a bad game either. It wasn't awful. Um, so they were the main stats from tonight's game. Obviously, Emerson, what a player! Literally the second best player on the pitch, and he played not even what 3 minutes. So that's interesting. Um, so there we go. Too much negativity on the part of the Spaniards. There was like far too much negativity, not good enough. Just poor overall. So let's just before we go, let's quickly do um, predictions for the quarterfinals because all 8 teams are not. We now know who the teams are in the quarterfinals. So there are no Italian teams left because they've all been knocked out, which is not a great look for the Italian league, for the Serie A. 3 Premier League teams in Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. We have Porto from the Portuguese league, PSG from the French league, um, Real Madrid from the Spanish league, and Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund from the Bundesliga. So again, Premier League well, not again, but this season Premier League have dominated so far in the knockout stages with the best representation in the last 8. Would not surprise me one bit if 2 English teams end up facing each other. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if like Liverpool got Chelsea, for example. But I think, knowing the way draws go, City will end up getting Porto. Like City will end up getting the easiest draw probably. I think Liverpool will want Porto. Adam's just said that. Yeah, Liverpool will want Porto for sure. That's probably the easiest draw. I don't see them repeating what they did against Juventus. But then again, Juventus weren't great, so like let's take away the name of Juventus. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think Bayern will go through regardless of who they play. In my opinion, I think it just depends. Like, Karthik, you've said there, Bayern, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea going through, depending who they play. I don't know. I don't think if Chelsea get I think even if Chelsea play Dortmund, they might lose. I don't know. It's too hard to call. It's too hard to call. I just think that maybe I think Bayern will definitely go through, and I think City will definitely go through. And I think depending on who Liverpool I think the teams that will definitely go out for me would be Porto. I think Porto will go out. I would really love PSG to play. So I think from an English perspective, what you want is Bayern Munich and PSG to get each other because I think they're the 2 biggest threats outside of English teams. So I think you want one of those 2 teams to play. I realized I didn't change the title on YouTube. That's okay. So I think Liverpool Man City final. Interesting. Nah, I honestly don't know if Liverpool get to the final. I'm sorry, I just don't. I just don't. But yeah, I think I said that it would be a Bayern Munich Man City final unless they got each other beforehand. That was my prediction. Um, I don't know what your thoughts are. Well, obviously you've given your thoughts, Adam. But like, what are if you're watching? Put in the comments who you think is going to be in the Champions League final. We're just having a bit of a post match discussion before we go. But I personally think we're looking at a Bayern Munich Man City final if they don't get each other beforehand, and I think they will beat. I think unless PSG get Bayern Munich, I think PSG will get to the semis. And maybe I think this is so tough. Do you know, like this is one of the strongest quarterfinal lineups in ages? I feel like you can't call. Like the only game I feel like I can call is the game whoever plays Porto and so like whoever plays Porto will win, and Man City and Bayern Munich. Like I think they're both certs unless they play against each other, and then I think if they play against each other, Bayern Munich beat City. In my opinion, I think it's so intriguing. The draw is on Friday at 11 or 12. I think I'm not 100% sure. But as you guys are talking about in the chat, there's obviously all the coincidences and things. So I think that'll be really interesting to have a look at. You know, last time Everton got top four, we won the Champions League. So you're almost hoping that your rivals succeed so that you win the Champions League. That's. I mean, you didn't say it, but that's what I'm hearing from you. You know. Ziyech has impeccable teeth, doesn't he? Fair play. So I think the Champions League is setting up to be really interesting. I mean, I know Karthik, like in 2004-5 we had coronavirus and all as well. It's all so similar. I'm really obviously really messing, but so what happens if Liverpool win the Champions League, for example, and then United win the Europa League? Well, no, that's a bad example. If Spurs win the Europa League, if Spurs win the Europa League and Liverpool win the Champions League, does that mean only the top two get into the Champions League, or is it still top three? Sam thinks if Everton get top four and you don't win the Champions League, no European football. So are you excluding the Europa League from European football by any chance? I'm not having a go. I'm just asking. I wish I supported a team top three, so you could have 5 teams in the Champions League from England. It must be really nice supporting teams who are like guaranteed to get into Europe every year. Like that must be really, really cool. Imagine supporting a team that wasn't having to worry about relegation every season. I'm just putting out there. I'm just putting out there. There's no hate. Just putting out there. Yeah, it's the whole debate's super interesting, but I think we're going to leave it there. We've just watched Chelsea get through the quarterfinals. Give it a go. So you're so cheeky, Alan. If anything, you're sus. Isn't it 5 teams Champions League already? If a team outside top 4 wins the Champions League or Europa League, yeah, it is. But I suppose it's not 6. Well, it wouldn't make sense, but yeah, I suppose it is. But 5's the maximum you can have, I take it. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be back on Saturday for Newcastle Brighton, all being well. If you want to come and watch me in pain, I'm just putting out there, if you want to see me in pain, why not? Why not come and watch that stream? It's probably going to be a painful one for me. You can just like sit in the chat and laugh at me. You know, obviously Saturday different. It's difficult to be free on a Saturday. You know, but Newcastle streams always seem to do quite well. I enjoy doing the Newcastle streams as well because I have a decent insight and understanding of the club that other people maybe don't. So yeah. So I think you're right, Sam. I believe no, we'll go to fifth just because there's only three. There'll only be three other teams. Thank you so much for watching. I honestly really appreciate it. It's been class. There's been so much chat. I really appreciate all your interactions because it helps me get through it. And when I can chat to you all, and we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So flip. You should do some placement. Go and do some placement work, Sam, before I come around and beat your bottom. Again, happy belated birthday, Sam, mate. I hope you had a good day yesterday. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all, of course. And I honestly appreciate you all for hanging out and chilling with me. And in the future, let your friends know. If they like football, let your mates know. Get them towards this channel. I know I'm really shamelessly self-plugging here, but get them onto the channel. Get them to hit that subscribe button, have a chat with me, join. And just one last time, before I go, follow the Twitter and the Instagram if you haven't already. Karthik, you need to make sure you like that flipping Facebook page. Or if you haven't liked the Facebook page, go and follow Instagram if you haven't done that already. There's loads, I think you'd really enjoy the in-depth stuff. I think I'll be right up your street. But honestly, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've had a really, really great time tonight. And my next video will be Friday, which will be the last Six Nations predictions video. But then, yes, streaming on Saturday, and then a video again on Sunday. Guys, have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you sometime in the future.